There They Go, Go, Go is not too bad. This is a Wile, Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon from 1956. It's directed by Chuck Jones and written by Michael Maltese. And as always, Wile Coyote is trying out various tricks to capture the Roadrunner. And there are three things in particular that I'll mention, three things that stood out to me as being either well developed or well animated. There wasn't anything in this that didn't work for me. Everything's very well animated. There are quite a few things that I've either never seen before or that don't frequently feature in Wile E. Coyote cartoons. It definitely had a lot of variety, and there were certainly some things that I hadn't expected to see, which I thought was, well, it's always quite nice when these are unpredictable, because sometimes Wile E. Coyote cartoons can get quite repetitive, and there are only so many times you can see somebody doing the same thing over and over again with generally similar results. So I guess the three things that I'll mention are kind of spoilers for things you can expect in this, and in chronological order rather than order of preference. I feel like the use of the fire was very well animated. I'm surprised that doesn't feature more frequently, especially as we're in a very dry environment, but I thought it was exceptionally well animated and worked very well. I also loved, to give a technical term, the spinny thing. The spinny thing with the spiky things on it. You'll know exactly what I mean when you see it, and it was wonderfully animated. The movement of it was splendid, and I would have liked to have seen more of that. It's not that it was rushed. I didn't feel like they didn't give it that much time, but I enjoyed it quite a lot, and I feel like they could have utilised it a tiny bit more. And the third thing is the ladder. And this was very brief. It wasn't that impactful. It didn't affect the narrative that much, but I just thought it was really well animated. It was really visually very engaging, and I think I could see it coming, what happened with it. I think it was pretty obvious, but not in a way that meant it felt stale or boring. It was brief, to the point, but it worked and I liked it. I don't think there's anything else that I want to mention, but again, there's nothing that didn't work. Just because I'm not mentioning everything, it doesn't mean I didn't like any of the other things. They're just three standouts for me that made this cartoon pretty good. Is it memorable? Well, the spinny spiky thing probably is, but because there's no kind of overarching theme or recurring motif, it means that I'm probably, if you named this cartoon to me in a couple of months' time, I'd probably not have a clue which one you're talking about. But if you mentioned the specific things, yeah, I think I'd be able to visualize them again and come back to it knowing what to expect. So it's pretty good. There They Go, Go, Go is definitely not a bad Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon.